Okay, welcome back. In this video we're going to look at inverse functions and kind of what they are. Okay, so if you have a one-to-one function, we'll say that f is a one-to-one function. So for any one-to-one function, it's going to have an inverse. And we use this little just f raised to the -1 power. It's not really an exponent here, but if you're dealing with f as a function, this little -1 power up on the top just means that it's the inverse function. Okay. And what the inverse function does is it just switches the x's and y's around for the function. So if you had like f of 2 is equal to 7, okay, well, the inverse function is going to take in the 7 and spit out the 2. So this would be the x for the original function, this would be y, so the inverse function switches them. Okay, so you do f inverse of 7 equals 2. Okay, it would take in the 7, spit out the 2. It just switches the roles of x and y. Okay. An inverse function literally is just switching the roles of x and y. It's not anything too complicated beyond that. So, for instance, let's say that we have a few other things here. We have like f of 2, or, well, I already did an f of 2. Let's do f of 0 equals 8, and f of 1 equals -4. Okay? If you know those two values of the function, okay, what values of the inverse function do you know? Okay, so what things do you know about your inverse function here? You just are switching the role of x and y. They just switch. So when in the inverse function, if you plug in this y value, 8, you are going to get 0. Okay, if you plug in -4, the y value on that one, you're going to get 1. Okay, so literally inverse functions just switch x and y. Okay, so hopefully that kind of helps with that. In the next video, we're going to look at actually graphing inverse functions.